Alright, so we finally got details on the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. So the first thing you're going to realize is it's called the 6 Pro. It's not called the 6 XL anymore because, quote unquote, Google wants to make it sound like the Pro version has more features and gives more than the Google Pixel 6, because XL just meant a larger version of the regular phone. So I think that's a smart choice they did. And one thing that's awesome about the latest one is that Google is finally stepping up their game. They're finally letting go of their mid-ranged mediocre phones with a decent screen, mediocre back, but it does have great cameras, that I'll give you that. And when I mean the questionable back, you can notice the scratch marks of the previous phones. It was pretty bad. And this year, it's finally gonna change. Hey everyone, my name is Rohan Bijou, and before we talk about the juice of this video, please subscribe to this channel if you want to watch more future content like this. Like this video if you found this helpful, and leave a comment if you have any questions or concerns, and I'll try my best to answer them. Alright, onwards with the video. Alright, so the Google Pixel 6 has some major changes to the back, front, and the chip inside, and it has new SoC. So they finally moved away from the Snapdragon provided by Qualcomm and created something their own, and it's called Tensor. Alright, before we talk about the Tensor chip, let's talk about the specs of the Google Pixel 6 and 6 Pro. The Pixel 6 has a 6.4-inch flat display with an inbuilt fingerprint scanner and a 90 Hz refresh rate. The cameras provided are wide and ultra wide. For Pixel Pro, on the other hand, the display is 6.7 inches, which is slightly curved on the sides with an inbuilt fingerprint scanner and a 120 Hz refresh rate screen. It has the same cameras as the 6, but it has an additional 4x telephoto camera. And all these cameras, as you can see, are placed on this camera bump. It's sort of horizontal. It's pretty unique. I think this will definitely distinguish it from many different phones. So when you see the back, you're obviously gonna know, oh, that's the Pixel. And I have no doubt the cameras will be great when the demos come out. So obviously this isn't released yet, and no one has actual footage of using it or no photos at all. It's all been provided by Google themselves, but obviously in coming weeks and fall, you're probably gonna see that. Also, when you look at the bars in the top and bottom of the camera bump, you can see that for the Pixel 6, it's just matte black, but for the Pro, it's actually glossy to, show premium stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of digging the colors. I really like the split color choice they did, and it doesn't look as washed out as their usual phones. Usually the previous phones were like black, white, a little bit washed out, but this has really good punch to it. On the front, on the other hand, is a hole punch display, and it's running Android 12 with all the latest aesthetic design. Android 12 looks amazing on this phone. It really adds to the design and build of the Google Pixel 6. So as you can see, Google is trying to make their phone extremely appealing to an average consumer, and they're really trying to hit the premium market. They're trying to compete against Samsung, Apple, Huawei, all the tech giants, which is really good. And the fact that they're finally moving away from their mediocre phones is an amazing choice. Okay, so let's finally move on to the bread and butter of the Google Pixel 6, the Tensor chip. So there have been many rumors over the past year of Google finally making a move away from the Snapdragon to something more custom, and it was codenamed Whitechapel, and it has appeared in the news quite often, and they did make a new chip. So this chip is completely designed by Google, and I can't wait for the demos to show what this chip can do. I believe it's gonna hit on optimization and efficiency, where the battery life of the Pixel might nearly double. Like when the Mac switched from Intel to M1 chips, you could see the same effect there, where you almost doubled the battery life when you had an M1 Mac. But I'm not really sure. It could be a huge possibility. Another place I think the Tensor chip will be a huge advantage would be the camera, and mainly the image quality and how it computes blurry images to make them sharp and crisp. The Pixel has always had amazing cameras, but the Pixel 6 might take it even further with a new Tensor chip. And also the video quality might get better, mainly the quality, stability, and processing, and all of the goodies can get much better because of the computational power of the Tensor chip. We can't completely know yet for sure, but we can hope for it. And I will try my best to get my hands on one when they come out. Also, Google has carved out a part of the Tensor chip just for speech recognition, which is absolutely amazing. So the speech recognition part can make the Google Assistant run faster, which could be so much helpful to a lot of people. And I'm a daily Google Assistant user, and find this absolutely helpful. So right now I have no clue what the price point of this phone is going to be. Since it's aimed to be a high-end phone, it looks like it's going to be around the $1,000 range, I think. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was $1,000 based on the design and their thought process. But we will get into further details when we come closer to launch. I'll talk about, the megapixels of the camera, more information about the phone, and hopefully the prices come out by then. So just my reaction on the news about the Google Pixel 6. Obviously, they're trying to release information about the phone before the Samsung Impact event, before the next iPhone, so that gets all the buzz and all the views it can get before it gets overflooded by Samsung and Apple, which is a pretty smart move. All right, so that's it for the video. I hope you liked this video, and please subscribe to watch more videos like this. And leave a comment if you have questions or concerns, and like this video if you found this helpful. So thank you guys for watching. Catch you in the next one. Peace.